Okay, so I want to show you how to tackle your hairpin the correct way, like a racing driver. So let's dive in. So in front of me, I've got these two sets of data from the same driver. So this is at Bira, and we're gonna be looking at turn 8. And I like to keep my graph nice and clean. So the top one is going to be RPM and the bottom one is going to be GPS speed. Straight away, I can see that there's difference in the braking pressure. You could see that by looking at where the green line is bottoming out when comparing to the red line, which signifies the driver is braking with more pressure. So what this does is it allows the driver to shorten his braking distance. So instead of braking, say 12 meter, he's now braking at 10 meter. So he's braking harder and holding onto the brake, stopping the car and able to get a clean exit. Unfortunately, we didn't have the brake sensor installed on his car, but through experience, I'll be able to tell you that there's 2 to 4 bars in braking pressure. So you've got the entry, the mid and the exit. In karting, you need to lock those rear axle up when you come to a braking zone. Okay, there's no other ways to do it. It's just you hitting those brakes as hard as you possibly could and hold on to it for a period of time. Now combine that with pushing the steering. So if you look at it from this point of view, so you've got the seat that comes up to about here. So you want to sit flat on your seat. Picture that there's someone on the other side of the door that you don't want to come in, like that. Nice and fun. So we're now moving on to the mid corner. As you're approaching the middle of the corner, if you've done your braking correctly, and this is not going to feel comfortable, and you want to wait until the last possible second and turn in, and you want it all in almost a one motion. You don't want to be turning in, come out and then turn back in again. You just have to trust the car. And there's this cool period where we call it rolling, okay? And you want that, it's good. As that is happening all at the same time, your next step would be to turn into the corner, right? Otherwise you'll miss the corner. So for this instance, it's the left hairpin. And as you turn in, you should feel the left inside rear starting to lift. If you've done it properly, it will lift, okay? And that's a good sign, that's what you want. Okay, on to the next one. So your next focus is now, how do I get back onto the inside apex? Okay, so if it's for the left hairpin, you're looking over your left front tire and the opposite is the same. So essentially what you want to do is line those inside front tire up between the white lines and the apex. What you don't want to do is go over the curb. Make sure that you're looking over your front tire and line them up. That's key. And as you're doing that simultaneously, you want to feed the power through. Okay, this is crucial. If you're in a road tax, picture that you've got an eggshell between your foot and the pedal. You don't want to break the eggshell, just want to feed the power through. So when do you get on the power is subjective, but my general rule of thumb would be 2 kart length away from that inner apex. So the final part, which is the exit. So as you're coming off that inner apex, you want to slowly unwind the lock because the kart is the quickest when it's in a straight line. Now that exit could be a white line, it could be the edge of the track, it could be a curb. If you ever feel the need to drive to the white line or the exit curb, that's generally because you're on the power too late. To counter that, just get on the power earlier. Okay, so hopefully this sums up on how to tackle a hairpin. If you like these videos, please like and subscribe and follow for more on cutter racing.